Right, it's time for another service on the Kove. I'm gonna change the oil and the filter. You can see no doubt the maintenance light will be on. Mostly because it's time to do it, and partly because I'm gonna be taking it back to dyno to do a little bit more testing. I'm also gonna change the air filter, just the sponge bits, and then because the ground is pretty much rock solid, I'm going to change the wheels back to the summer ones. My little helper is here as always, so hopefully we will see how that goes. Hopefully it isn't going to take too long. I am going to take both the oil screens out just to double check them, because I haven't taken the second one out for a little while. But yeah, probably put it on time lapse and then check it a bit later.
After a year and a bit of ownership of the Kove, I'm pretty well versed in doing an oil and filter service. First step is to drop the bash plate. Next, you start and run the bike for a bit so it's nice and warm. Then you just undo the sump plug and drain the oil out. Remember to remove the fill plug from the top so that the oil drains out more smoothly. Then you just want to loosen up the exhaust studs a little bit, the nuts on the studs, so you can take that downpipe off. That gives you much better access to some of the things you need to get to. The oil filter housing, for example, which is much easier to get to if you can move the downpipe out the way. And then if you move that out the way a bit more, you'll see the nuts that retains the oil screen. You can just whip that off and then give that a little clean.
Right, that's the right hand oil screen out, and as you can see, it is nice and clear on both sides, no chunks, which is very good. You can also see I have, last time I serviced the bike, I slightly damaged the thread on this nut, on this cover for it, so I've actually got another one to put in on that. I did manage to get it to go back in with a little bit of persuasion, but I've got a new one to fit for that. So pop this to one side, give this a little clean, and then I'll take the other side off and check the screen on that, because it's been a little while since I've checked it.
The other screen is removed in exactly the same way. Just take the nut off and then pull the screen out. It was absolutely fine, so I gave it a little bit of a clean and then put it straight back in after cleaning out the galleries or what have you. It's also important to check on the screen that the O-rings are in good shape, just because if you've got a damaged or old O-ring, you might start to get a little bit of oil getting by, and that's going to start causing leaks. Then put in a new oil filter and then replace the housing. You've got to be careful not to lose the little spring that holds it in there, and tighten up the bolts evenly. Then it's just a case of refilling with oil. I put in about 1.6 litres of 15W30 fully synthetic motorcycle oil, and then you're ready to put the exhaust back on again. Now the trick with refitting the exhaust on the Kove, or in fact any motorbike, is to leave everything a little bit loose until you've got it exactly where you want it, and then tighten it up. You'll see here I'm tightening up the centre bolt first because that's the trickiest one to line up. Then I'm going back and I'm tightening up the nuts on the head stud for the downpipe, and then finally I'll move to the rear and I will tighten up the silencer. That way, all being well, you won't have to wrestle with any bolts to get the exhaust mounted correctly.
Right, so that's everything buttoned back up. Still got the bash plate off because I'm going to see obviously if there's any leaks, but time to start it up. No oil lights. Cool. So now what we've got to do is reset. Which, go to settings, down to maintenance. Set that to 1,000 kilometers. save it. And we're good. That will pop up next time in 1,000 kilometers time, which is roughly when I want to do the oil, just to be on the safe side. So now I'm going to stick the bash plate back on and then run the bike to warm it back up. But I'll just run it for a little bit more, check for any leaks, all that good stuff.
It's onto the relatively straightforward job of swapping the wheels over. The trick here is just to take your time and don't force anything, just take it nice and gently and methodically. I'm also cleaning up the chain adjusters because they have a tendency to get a bit crusty and they can snap in their swing arm, which is highly inconvenient. So a little bit of a clean up and a bit of grease never hurts. Then it's just a case of putting everything back together. Again, don't force anything, just make sure everything's lined up before you start to put the axle through. I like to use a little wedge of wood underneath the tyre, which just allows me to lift the wheel up to the perfect height to slide the axle through. I'm greasing axles as I go. I'm greasing the threads of all of the fasteners as I go to make it easier for myself or whoever is the next person to remove this wheel to do so with the minimum of fuss. Then it's onto the front. First thing to do is remove the pinch bolts, so just loosen them off a little bit. I actually take them all the way out because I like to put a bit of grease on those too so they don't get crusty, because they do go through all of the muddy puddles and they have a tendency to get stuck in there. Then when you're refitting the wheel, it's much like the rear one. You just want to make sure everything lines up. You can give yourself a bit of extra space by pushing the brake pads back into the caliper a little bit, and then take things easy, don't force it. Make sure that it's lined up before you shove the axle through. Then nip up the axle nut to start centering the wheel on the axle. To center the wheel on the axle, you pump the forks up and down a few times. That gets everything in the right place, and then you can start to tighten up your pinch bolts, and then finally torque up the axle nuts to the required setting, which on the Kove 450 Rally is 88 Newton meters or 65 pound-foot for the front axle and 128 Newton meters or 94 pounds-foot for the rear axle.
Right, so that should be everything in place. We've got the new bubbly air filter on, got the summer wheels with the Continental Continuscape tyres on, which should be good. Now everything's drying out a little bit. Nice fresh oil. Giving the exhaust a bit of a clean when I put that back on, so it looks nice and shiny again. And it should be good for some summer riding, and also a trip to the dyno to test a couple more bits and bobs, see what this exhaust does and which ECUs it favours. So catch you then.